Here's Boddingtons Pub Ale from England. It's pale ale, 4.7%. We only get it in the nitro cans, unfortunately, but they seem to do a fairly good job. Oh yeah, listen to that. Ain't that something? Okay. This is one of the first foreign beers I ever had back when I started experimenting with beers in my teenage years, looking for something different, and it quickly became a favorite. It's akin to Guinness in its creaminess and how the head develops. I'm sure you can see that on the camera. Although its head forms quite a bit quicker than Guinness's does, but isn't that beautiful? It almost looks like a black and tan as it's going up, kind of. Okay, so it's sort of a golden amber sort of color. As you can see, it has one of the most fantastic heads that you can find on a beer. I'd probably rate it only second to Guinness or one of those ones. It's very, very creamy. Okay, so we're going to take it now and smell it. The can here. There we go. Now the smell isn't exactly, it isn't what you expect. You'd expect more of a smell from something that looks the way this does. But it's really just sort of a very, very faint, kind of sweet, maybe sort of vanilla smell to it. Nothing super exciting, really. Although it is slightly pleasant. So now I'm going to take a sip. Okay, the real, it's going to sound like I'm slagging this beer, but I'm not. The real attraction to drinking this beer is the creaminess of it and how smooth it goes down. The head is really thick, like as you can see, and look at the lacing on it. It stays quite a bit for quite a while. But yeah, the real joy and novelty of this beer is really just trying to penetrate the head and actually get to the beer, and it makes for definitely a unique drinking experience. You definitely don't run into creamy, smooth beers like this every day. That being said, there really isn't a lot of taste to Boddingtons. It's sort of a bitter, kind of bready taste to it, but it doesn't have an exceptional amount of character. I imagine off the tap, and someday I hope to actually have it off the tap, it's probably different, but in the cans at least, there's not much taste to it really. It's just sort of a mild, bitter, bready kind of taste. I suppose that's what makes it so smooth to drink though. If it was a bit too bitter, you probably wouldn't enjoy it. So it's kind of weird. I highly recommend this beer, but at the same time I can't say it's up there in complexity or anything like that with the real cock of the walk kind of beers, the real top stuff. But yeah, there's just it's a weird sort of hold Boddingtons has over me that it just seems a lot better to me than it probably actually is. I love Boddingtons, quite frankly. It is quite an enjoyable drinking beer. Yeah, it's hard to explain really, but I give it a 3.5 out of 5. Just to be realistic about it, even though I say it's one of my favorites and I should give it a 4 or a 5 out of 5. But really, given the fact that it really doesn't have all that much taste or character to it. It's just, yeah, it's hard to explain, really. You have to try it for yourself and see, quite frankly. And I hope you do. Boddingtons Pub Ale, 3.5 out of 5. It's definitely one of the finer beers out there. Don't let my rating fool you. I think you would enjoy it.